I welcome you all to this video. In our previous discussion, we explored the concept of measures of central tendency and examined their applications across various subjects. In this session, we will focus on demonstrating how to calculate the mean for different types of data. To determine mean, median, or mode, data may be presented in various forms. It may be available raw data at this form or this discrete type of data or grouped continuous data, which may follow either the inclusive or exclusive classification regardless of the format in which the data is presented. The fundamental concept of mean remains the same. Now let us see how these tables are formed, whether they are in the same or they are different. Let us take an example. We have a raw data, in which we have to find a mean or median or mode. To calculate the mean of this data, we sum up these observations and divide the number of observations, we get the mean. When the data is very huge, then we convert it into the form of the tables, either the discrete type of tables or the grouped or continuous type of tables. Depends the situation. But most of the students are not doing well here. When they are making these types of tables, they use some wrong methods. Everybody knows about the tally marks, but hardly few people knows how to use this tally marks. Let us see this example. There are the scores 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6. And these observations are repeated throughout this data. So we write the scores here 1, 2, 3 up to 6. Now, what the most of the students do, they just count number 1, 1, 2, 3, then write 3 here and make 3 lines here. And similarly to the other numbers. But this is not the right way to make frequency tables. What is the right way? Simply check first observations, which is 1, and make 1 line here. Second observation is 2, 1 line here. Third observation is 3, it is 1 line here. And this 4 is here 1. 5, 1 line here. And this 4 again, so here. It's 3, 1 here. And so on. The first tally mark get ready, and from that tally mark, we can write the frequencies. Now, this is the right way to make a frequency table for both the discrete type and for the continuous type of it. Once we get these types of tables, frequency tables, either discrete or the continuous, then we can find the mean, median, mode, or any other statistical measures, whether it's a measure of central tendency or measures of the web dispersion. Now let's understand how we find the mean of these types of data by taking some examples. These are the formulas used to calculate the mean. We'll see them in the example how and where these formulas are used. Let's check. This is a general data, raw data collected from the ground. Now we convert it first to the continuous type of table like this way. by using the same technique as I already told you, a Taylor technique. So this is a table in which we have a weight, then call it class intervals, 65, 84, 85, 104, and so on. This is a frequency, and the total observation is 60. Now, the first method to find a mean of this data is we have this class interval, that's weight already given. We have frequencies already given. Now we find the midpoint of these two values, which is 64 plus 84 divided by 2 gives 74.5. Similarly, we add 85 plus 104 divided by 2, we get 94.5. And 105 plus 124 divided by 2, we get 114.5, and so on. Then this class mark or midpoint of these values, we multiply this to the f, means fi xi becomes fi xi. This is a multiplication of these two, and this is sum of this whole column. This is called the summation fi xi, and this is the sum of these frequencies. This is called summation of fi, which is 60. So the mean is summation fi xi divided by summation fi, and this is the mean of 122.5 grams. This is the one way to find a mean of this type of data. Now, using some modification, we proceed as we have the same type of data, that is this class intervals, we have the frequencies, the same frequencies, and we find the midpoints as previously. We have done it 65 plus 84 divided by 2, and so on. Now, these three columns we have already discussed about these three. Now, what is new in this case? We select any value in this xi, any value from these. Let us take 114.5. We subtract this 114.5 to each observation of xi, means 74.5 minus 114.5, which is minus 40. Similarly, 94.5 minus 114.5, which is minus 20, and 114.5 minus 114.5, which is 0, and so on. We called this as DI, the deviation from assumed mean. This 114A is called assumed mean, denoted as A. Then the same thing, we multiply now DI and FI frequencies, which becomes FI DI, multiplication, and sum of this column. So the new formula becomes mean A plus summation Fi DI divided by summation Fi. And given the values, we get the same value as previously 122.5. In order to make it more simple, we use another way, uh, rather say simple modification. There were we do this D, we divide this D by 20 so that we can get less values like minus 2, minus 1, 1. Like here, when we divide this column by 20, we get minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and so on. Here in this table, this is a new table. This is already known. This is already known. This is already known. So this is the new column I formed. Now we multiply Fi into Ui, Fi into Ui. You can write here also Di, then sum of this, then the formula becomes this here. One more thing, H gets added, means the division is 20. So mean is A plus summation Fi Ui divided by summation Fi into H. And on solving this, we get 1, 2, 2.5, the same thing in all. Through this discussion, you will observe that the mean of a dataset remains consistent irrespective of the form in which the data is organized. With this understanding, you will be able to compute the mean for any type of data effectively. Regular practice with different examples will further enhance your proficiency and help you develop expertise in solving a wide range of problems. In our next video, we will discuss the methods and the computational techniques for finding the median and mode of the data, supported by illustrative examples. Until then, we wish you continued learning and academic success. Thank you and have a pleasant day.